Welcome back, Fit Fam. I hope you're all keeping well. So we're going to dive right in and follow up with the last video that I made about my fibroid journey, how I found out I had fibroids. I was in shock, but really shouldn't have been because my mum also had fibroids. In this video, I'm going to follow up in more detail about some of the things that I did and lifestyle changes that I made to prevent the growth of the fibroids and also to shrink them. So if you haven't already watched that video, I'm going to link it up here and dive down 2 videos and come back to this one so that you have a fuller perspective of my story. But before we do that, I want to draw some truths that can be derived from my story, because finding out that you have fibroids can, at least anyway for me, it left me feeling fearful about the future of my health, possibility of having more children in the future, and it causing other issues in my life. Through my own journey, I've found that, you need to put facts alongside truth to really ground you and focus you on the journey of health. If you look at facts alone, facts can lead you spiraling into a hole of fear, doubt, even depression. And that's why it's so important to anchor facts with truth. A predisposition is not a life sentence, right? You might be predisposed, your grandmother, your aunts, your mum might have had fibroids, does not mean that you have to continue in that generational pattern. What we know about generational patterns is that it has a lot to do with lifestyle habits. So what your family's eating habits, what type of foods do they eat, what are their lifestyle habits? Do they exercise? Are they active? Do they get outdoors? In nature? Do you have access to nature? Is there a history of trauma, toxicity within your family? All of these factors, if not carefully checked, can cause dis-ease within the body and cause conditions like what we're talking about, fibroids. And like I mentioned in the last video, generational patterns and habits are really a roadmap for what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So the second point is, I had fibroids and still conceived. And not only did I conceived naturally. I'm not more special than you, right? There are plenty of women that have fibroids and are also able to conceive. So the same can be also true for you. The third point is, I became an active participant in my own health. So knowing that I had fibroids, I determined in my mind that, I don't want this thing to grow mammoth proportion. I don't want to be ill. I'm going to be a mother. I cannot afford to be ill. Also, I wanted to have more children in the future. So those points were really the fuel that kept me fighting and focused towards health. So after I got the diagnosis, I trawled the internet. So I became aware that fibroids can grow, fibroids could shrink, and also you can live a full, healthy life in spite of fibroids. So to round up those 3 truths, a predisposition to fibroids is not a life sentence. You can live a full life and conceive naturally in spite of having fibroids. Being an active participant in your own health improves your future health outcomes. So before I dive into some of the things which I did and the lifestyle habits that I made, I want to make this clear. I'm not a medical professional. I'm simply sharing my own story and how things turned out for me. So please speak to your doctor, see your doctor before attempting to try anything that I share with you in this video. So let's dive into it. One of the first things that I did, as I mentioned, was trawl the internet for information. Now there's a website, it's been taken over now, but it was run by a Singaporean guy. It's a website called Earth Clinic. So while I was editing the video, I discovered that Ted, who was actually Thai, was an active contributor on the site rather than its founder. This shows just how generous and influential he was on Earth Clinic. Sadly, he has now passed away. There was a section on there where users would chime in as to what worked for them, what didn't work for them, and it was a valuable resource and information that would help you kind of kickstart your own healing, have a better perspective about your condition, alleviate fears, and just give you the confidence to know that, you too can come on the other side, as did these people. So yes, Earth Clinic. And one of the top recommendations for healing fibroids was apple cider vinegar. I purchased apple cider, not the standard Bragg's, but apple cider with the mother from a British farm that grows their own apples, presses them to make apple cider vinegar. So it alkalizes the body and helps to balance hormones. You will hear this a lot from me on this channel, but we cannot divorce health from diet. Like, there is no way that you can say that you are choosing health, but also choosing junk. So I made a concerted effort to increase my nutrition, eat better, and just to give myself a better chance of shrinking this thing. Just having that attitude of questioning what it was that I was putting in my body. So if you're watching and you want to heal your body, you cannot separate health from diet. Diet, first of all, is a form of treatment. Nutrition is treatment. So often people think that a doctor's prescription is treatment. No, food is the first point of treatment, and unless you've exhausted, you can put your hand on the heart and say that, you know what, I've tried this healthy eating thing and it's just not worked for me, which more than likely probably would not be the case. Then we can start talking about medical interventions. But if you're talking about healing your body, you cannot choose health and junk at the same time. So let's just be very clear on that. And even when we come to talk about acne, for example, healing acne, eczema, PCOS, if you go on boards, Reddit boards, any type of board online, comment sections online, you would see that people have had great success by improving their diet, being intentional about what it is that they're putting on in their body, the quality of food, because you know, you can be eating healthy. I mean, I can have yam and tomato stew with meat every day. That's a healthy meal, but it's not balanced, right? I'm not exploring and including all the variety of different foods that work to keep my body in tip-top shape. So that's fruits, leafy vegetables, beans, legumes, fermented foods. We've talked about this in previous videos, but the idea is increasing nutrition and getting a variety of vitamins from various food sources, because one meal or one type of food alone cannot provide you the nutrients that your body needs to be balanced, right? So a varied diet is a balanced diet, is a balanced body. When we talk about women's health, we really need to get honest and shine the torch on birth control. Birth control is the devil when it comes to women's health. I mean, there's no other way for me to put it. And we're in a culture that has normalized the use of birth control. It's easy, it's safe, it's acceptable. And we are so far removed from the real health consequences of taking this thing on a daily basis. It's disrupting the natural order of a woman's body. That's the first truth. Just going off of that first fundamental truth, it's disrupting the natural rhythm and order of your body, right? And for me, nothing good can really come from that besides preventing unwanted pregnancy. This is not a case for me to say, oh, don't take birth control. And it's really your call. But if you want to heal your body, it's really something for you to seriously consider. So before we got married, my husband gifted me this book, Billings Method, The Billings Method. It's a safe, no device free method of preventing pregnancies and also for family planning. Essentially, there's only 1 week or say 4 days in a month that you can get pregnant as a woman. So this method really allows you to get in tune and familiar with your body's cycle, your body as a woman, and plan around that. There are women that share that they've had good success with birth control for PCOS, for example, or reducing period pain and heavy bleeding. And it's not to undermine their experiences, but it does sort of beckon the question that could that outcome not have come from lifestyle change, improving nutrition and exercising? Because we really have to bring to the conversation this lifestyle choice of choosing medication over mindful lifestyle changes. Even if you go down the medical route of whether it's embolization, removal of fibroids, or any other type of medical intervention that's available, without changing your lifestyle, which is increasing your nutrition, exercising, limiting stress, drinking water, getting in sleep, those fibroids can grow. We cannot divorce health from healthy habits. They're not separate, right? Health is healthy habits. Anything outside of that is dis-ease within the body. So I've never taken birth control, and I feel that it's a major factor. It has been a major factor in preventing their growth and also shrinking them. If you're watching this and you're inspired and you're saying, you know what, Estella, I really want to give this healthy eating thing a try. How do I go about it? Try the Daniel fast. The Daniel fast is a plant-based diet that historically in the Bible, Daniel used as a way to build spiritual power, and people use the Daniel diet to draw close to God. But you can read testimonials upon testimonials online of people that have applied the Daniel fast and experience healing in their bodies. So you can build this up from 3 days right up to 21 days, but start where you are, prayerfully begin where you are, and be intentional until the point at which you can extend that to 21 days. As I mentioned in part 1, my faith has been a fundamental aspect in moving me from a place of fear to faith and fueling my courage and belief in God's ability to restore my body to its health and for me to fight for my body's ability to heal. So this brings me to the point that our faith and mindset are a crucial aspect in our healing journey. So the way that I see this is disease comes to disrupt, but it also comes to redirect us back to health, right? That disruption is crucial because you know what? Some people will do nothing about building healthy lifestyle habits, which is eating well, exercising, until illness comes and slaps them upside their head, until they reach a road to Damascus moment. And that's just a mindset that you have to adopt on the journey of healing your body of fibroids. There's a lady that shared a video some time back, and in that video she shared that women are portals between the spirit realm and the physical realm. My goodness. That did something to my psyche, and I want to share that with you guys because it's important that we grasp the power of our significance and place here on this earth. You cannot allow disease to disrupt your divine purpose, your place, and minimize your value here, not just in the world, but for the people that are connected and assigned to you. Some of you watching this have children. You cannot afford to be sick. You cannot afford illness. It's too expensive a choice to allow. Vitamin supplementation is really something to consider if you're on a journey of healing your body. Let's face it, for majority of us, we are lacking in one or more minerals. For me, for example, I've been battling low iron for years. And let's face it, the way that farming is done nowadays has totally obliterated the nutrient quality of the soil, say compared to 20, 50 years back. So it kind of goes without saying that if you want to look after your health, you need to supplement with vitamins. As Black people, we are meant to be out in the sun. So it's important for you to take a vitamin D supplement if you're living in this part of the world, especially during the winter months. And if you're not spending time in the great outdoors, is even more reason why you need to take this vitamin. Vitamin D is an essential vitamin for women's health. It's a hormone that creates balance, hormonal balance in a woman's body. Balance in hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and insulin. We know that when these hormones are out of whack, it can wreak havoc on a woman's body. And more specifically for fibroids, if there isn't a balance between estrogen and progesterone, you can have fibroids growing out of control. The facts are Black women are disproportionately affected by fibroids and also experience harsher symptoms. Interestingly, low vitamin D levels are associated with uterine fibroids, and vitamin D has been found to help shrink fibroids. So if you're on a journey to prevent the growth of fibroids and to shrink them, you really want to be taking a vitamin D supplement. You ever notice that when you get out in the sun, how well you feel, not only in yourself, in your body, you sleep better. That's what vitamin D does for you. If you're watching this and you've done something that helped to prevent the growth of your fibroids, shrink them, or if you're even able to pass them, because this has been the reality for some women, please share it in the comments below. Let's have this comment section as a valuable resource that women can see and return to for encouragement and guidance on the healing journey. You know, sometimes when we take the road less traveled, we just need a little encouragement and validation of our choice. The healthy approach is not delusional. It's a very realistic, non-invasive, results guaranteed approach to healing our bodies. To all my health conscious ladies, keep striving, keep shining, and until the next video, take care. Bye.